Hi, so I'm back. It's Karen Barnes here from the Interflora Floristry Trade Club, and I'm going to just make a very simple pick up and go product that you can have in your stores and your shops, even outside really. So I'm going to be using craft paper because that's so on trend, and that's what consumers are really used to and want to buy, particularly if they're having self-purchase or buying for gifts. So I'm going to use the most magnificent magnolia with this gorgeous coppery, bronzy looking reverse of the foliage. Some hydrangeas which are just turning in this autumnal season. Got some some plain ivy, some gorgeous dark crimson, almost like a burgundy carnation. And this is called Crimson Tempo. So this is a Colombian carnation. In my book, probably one of the best areas to buy carnations in terms of where they grow. And then I've got these gorgeous cotton little textured balls of beautiful lusciousness, and they're dried, but they do have lots of texture with them, and I can guarantee that people will talk about them. So even if you have a vase full of these in the store or the shop, then I'm sure people ask about, oh, where did you get those from, where they grow, etc. So I've got some normal garden twine, and I'm just going to use a stem of the magnolia as the backbone. You don't have to use garden twine. You could actually just arrange it in your hand as a normal hand tied if you wanted to, and then tie it with your normal, whether it's raffia or tape or whatever it is. But I'm just, for this purposes, I'm going to use the twine, and I'm going to use it so that this is just quite a secure line for me, and I will just add the stems as we go along, as I'm talking away to you. And it doesn't have to be a hand tied, it could be just a bunch of flowers that you're just laying down and wrapping. I tend to almost naturally arrange flowers in the hand, even when all those years ago I had my own florist business, a store, a shop. I would always select the flowers or pick out the flowers that the customer was choosing from the stand, from the vases, and just show them how it could be arranged and do it in the hand naturally in front of them. And I'd often find that actually that increased more stem sales, because they said, oh, can you add another one of those? Can you add another couple of roses? Or can you also add this? So it was also quite a good selling technique as well. And isn't the colour beautiful with these carnations? It's just gorgeous. I'm very big on colour. I like to have nice colour tones. And I think it's worth actually showcasing what your skills are if you pick nice varieties and the colour palettes are all toning together. So bringing the twine up, if you can see from the camera, up to where my full finger and thumb are, I'm just going to do it very securely. Just a couple of times round, so everything is in its place and it's not going to move. And then, I'm not sure if you can see, but then bring the twine up through my thumb and then tie securely. And when I'm teaching floristry students, they always find that a little bit confusing. So it's almost like wrapping a thumb with a bandage, and you're using that to put your twine through. But for those of you who are seasoned florists and experienced florists, you will know all about that. So I have, it is a hand tied, but you don't have to do it like this, as I mentioned. And what I'm going to do now, just get rid of all the rubbish here. And then you can see that I'm in Baraka Enid's gorgeous craft paper, which on the other side has almost a sheen to it, in sort of like a champagne-y, almost like a rose gold type thing, but it's very subtle. What I like about this craft paper is that it looks beautiful, it looks premium, but actually it doesn't take anything away from the content of the hand tied or the bouquet, the bunch of flowers. Little bit of twine I'm going to use just to secure this paper. Now you could make it so that the paper was much further up, so you could actually have these sitting in water so that they're ready for pipo sales. It's also great for an online product. So, it's quite easy to take a photograph of this. As long as it's well lit and your background is, fairly plain, then you can make a super photograph out of this. Just to cover the twine, got some gorgeous copper satin ribbon, and this ribbon is such beautiful quality. I don't know if you can see, but it has an edging so it won't fray, which is really key. You can of course use raffia or anything else that you prefer, but I just think this gives this just a lovely super quality to the whole package. So just tying, no ribbon in terms of a bow, just ribbon as tying, and then to save edges fraying, I've just done a quick little V there. And a tip that I always use, particularly with I'm teaching students, is just fold very carefully the ribbon, and then you've got an even V rather than going like that and that. So that's the bunch, and that's the finished product. So I hope that you found a little bit of inspiration from this in terms of colour, maybe the use of these definite materials, but I'm sure that you'll have lots of sales from them.